Shamaya, you did it.
STL Music.
Welcome back to the show. Yo, listen up, we back in the game. Sweep the league, we got the flame. Motivated to the fullest every single day. We wake up, get it in every way. Rockin' the 222 on the global inspiration. Talk this sports and top news, no hesitation. Sweep the league is back. We always coming back, that's a fact. Wanna tell them that STL Music, mama, we did it, where we at? Coach Jill in the house with the flow so tight. Every round, rock stats, we unite. Yeah, the best show, Monday through Friday. If this ain't different, they lying. We got the energy. When I say sweep, you say the league. Sweep the league, sweep the league, sweep the league, sweep the league. San Antonio, let's go. Sweep the league. Sweep the league. Sweep the league. San Antonio.
Hey, this is George Iceman Gervin, and you're listening to Sweet the League Radio.
Sweep the league TV where legends collide. If the Cowboys fall short, we'll still ride the tide. Like Jordan in the clutch or Brady's last play. We bring the fire, keeping fans in the fray. Coach Gio and Marie calling the shots. With Derek Coventry, Hall of Fame thoughts. So hit that subscribe, don't sit on the bench. Get in the game, every highlight's intense. The live stream's on, tell your friends don't delay. Like Kobe in the fourth, we're here to play. Sweep the league TV, where greatness resides. From the blogs at the drive, till my heart's on the rise. We're all in on sports, NBA, CFB, and more for fans. By fans, it's the show you'll adore.
All right, everybody, welcome to Sweep the League. It's Rudy Campos Jr. Going to be joined by Jacob Eric of Grading the Market. Be sure to go to his YouTube page and search Sweep the League TV. Hit that subscribe button so you're not left out. A lot of Project Marvel stuff coming out. Normally, we hit you guys with the video before the show, but we're not going to be here for a very long time. So we're just going to kind of get right into it, dive into the latest Project Marvel update. Mayor of San Antonio coming out and saying that they want to put a pause on this Project Marvel talk, but we've got two former mayors, per Don Harris, talking about the whole Project Marvel situation. So we'll play that for you guys. Hopefully you guys can hear it. Oh, wait, but I'll work that out here. But not only that, we're going to be here, like I said, for a short time. Appreciate everybody joining us here tonight. If you got Project Marvel talk out there, you got some comments, you got concerns, whatever, drop them in. It's going to be myself and Jacob Eric, Grading the Market's own Jacob Eric. Shout out to Plead the Sith. Sith Lord himself, Elias, doing a great job. He's got another show coming out Tuesday with Hollywood. Sith is going Hollywood, so definitely want to check that show out here. Let's bring on Jacob Eric here right now. Let's get into some Project Marvel talk, man. Jacob, the whole Project Marvel situation, man, it's what do you think on that? It's a big shit show right now.
Yeah, I agree. It's been like that for a minute, you know what I mean? But hey, we have to do everything that we can. Well, the Spurs aren't, it's not like they're threatening to go anywhere, but we just got to make sure we take care of them. That's our only child, and we try to give them everything that they want, or anything that they want here in the 210.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to ask you flat out right now. Is it the idea of them leaving, is that even a concern for you?
No, it's not a concern for me, but what is a concern is what Mayor Gina, Ortiz Jones did, where she tried to do, was it a strategic pause on the advancement, I guess you could say, of Project Marvel, where when, what was it, yesterday or today and stuff like that. And I don't want to go over all the details of Project Marvel. I don't that's too much. And you know what, honestly, if you live here in the city of San Antonio, if you've done your research, you probably already know about it. We don't want to, just bore y'all with it. But what did concern me is that she made her stance known. You know what I mean? Like, she kind of made it known, like, hey, like, I'm against this. I'm against it like 100%. And I didn't like that as a Spurs fan. You know what I mean? And
so let me check this out here, because like I said, I want to get into the thing of things, and we're gonna talk more about it throughout the week. So now, I'm born and raised in San Antonio, and if my voice sounds crazy, I'm sorry, guys. But if I was born and raised in San Antonio forever, I lived in Ohio for 2 years. I've recently just moved out of the city limits. So when I've talked about Project Marvel on Sweep the League, I've made it very clear. My voice means nothing to anybody's vote. I just am an outsider, former San Antonioan, looking in, and I'm thinking, okay, no, I didn't move, across the state of Texas. I just moved to Seguin area. So, I'm not technically out, but I don't have a vote in this. So you just said a key word here. As a Spurs fan, you're not liking it. You're not liking it at all because you want the Spurs to get an arena and all that great stuff. But let me flip it on you. You can be a Spurs fan, but you're also a San Antonian. As a citizen of San Antonio, the repercussions that might come out, the higher taxes, the higher property taxes, this and that. So as a Spurs fan, you want it. But you know what, brother? Spurs fans have taken off that cap and have said, wait a minute. You've screwed us on the dome. You screwed us on the Frost Bank. When is enough enough? So as a citizen, Eric, Jacob, what are you thinking as a citizen-wise?
You know what? You touched on that, and that's why I wanted to bring it up. It's like she made her stance known. And like you just said right now, there are some people out there, they took off their hat. And she made her position known. She took off her hat. You use that phrase properly. All right. Yeah. So you know what? Going forward then, when all this is coming together, we don't want to see you wearing any Spurs gear, Madam Mayor. We don't, yeah. you know what? We don't want to see you wearing any of that stuff. And you know what? Spurs fans are very, very, very loyal. You know what I mean? They don't forget. If you ask number 2 about that. So, Madam Mayor, if you have to make your way to a Spurs game next season, and they show you on the Jumbotron, and it says Mayor of the City of San Antonio, and you get booed out the Frost Bank Center, don't start crying or don't get all mad and stuff like that. And by the way, you know what? Speaking of that, going a little bit further, in the event that the Spurs happen to get their 6th while you were in office, and you don't change your position, or you could make amends because this is just the beginning and stuff like that. You ain't invited to the celebration. I don't want to see you on a barge going down the San Antonio River and stuff like that, trying to wave at people. No, you didn't jump on back then on the bandwagon. So hey, you're just not invited. Stay away then.
Again, I'm not defending.
If you're gonna take your Spurs jersey off, take it off.
Well, I'm not defending. Again, I'm not defending Mayor Ortiz. I'm not defending her at all. I'm not defending City Council. I'm not saying that, but it comes to this: at what point do San Antonio citizens look and say, "Okay, you took the Spurs hat off, but City Council is there to represent the citizens, even in the toughest decisions, even in the hard decisions, man. You don't want to shit on the spoiled child there. The only child we have in San Antonio, the Spurs. You don't want to crap on them. But if you're being voted in and you're voting for your councilman, are you trusting them to make the right decision? And the right decision, we don't know what it is. But before you answer that, got comments. Let the cooking begin. Shout out to MCS General Contracting, Chris Leha here. Shout out to Diamond Hard Concrete Business, man. Give them a call 100% of the time. They do the work all the time. Great. He says he's here for the chaos. Bring the chaos, man. We love chaos. Jeff Garcia locked on now. Rudy, why would the mayor even say that to begin with? Sabotage. We're going to get into that here. Our only child, Leah mentions it. You know what happens when you spoil the kids, right? And that's the other thing, too. I couldn't download the video. I'm going to download it here. Should San Antonio Spurs fans be surprised? Didn't the mayor even say she was not all about it during her campaign? I don't know. I can't answer that, so I don't know. I wasn't there. Joel Colon says, let's go. Leha's back in here. That's exactly is Locked On Spurs. She said it during her campaign, and guess what? The mayor elections had a shitty turnout, so who's to blame? Comes back on the citizens. Rudy Jacob, work needed me today on the street. Rudy has an announcement to make. I do have an announcement to make. That's towards the end of the show. We're giving you guys a show update, so please bear with us here. I did my duty, Leha. She was a bad candidate, but we got exactly what we deserved. Joel Cologne, comments are great, man. They're all in here, dude. Elections have consequences. Leha saying, so did I, Joel, and you are exactly right. Apparently, she was a bad candidate. You got to do your homework. You got to do your due diligence. Spurs fans, don't forget, right? San Antonio residents, don't forget either. That's why they are mad. Broken promises. I just want the Spurs to pay for the arena. That's a popular choice right there. Hopefully she'll be a one-term mayor, but it's going to be a long 4 years. Rudy, do you think other cities are watching? Of course other cities are watching. Rudy, don't call her Mayor Ortiz. She's not Latina. She's Jones, and she's Filipino. She only used Ortiz's last name. You're panning there. Again, I don't know. Okay, we'll call her Mayor. I'll just call her Mayor. That's all we're going to do. We're going to call her Mayor. Love all the comments. Appreciate you guys joining in. It's Jacob Eric, and it's myself, Rudy Campos Jr. Special network announcement coming at the end of the show. We're here for about another 20, 25 minutes. So we'll be with you guys talking about Project Marvel. But I brought it to you a second ago, man. You know, you people of San Antonio voted her in, and whether everybody showed up or not, again, we can't control who shows up to the polls. She got voted in. Now she's gotten some resistance, like she's putting pushback on this. Would you say yay or nay, plus or more of the 50% when it comes to Project Marvel are saying we don't want to pay for it? We want the Spurs to pay for it. Every year, every time this has come up, dude, the Spurs, hey, the city of San Antonio will take care of us. We'll take care of us. Now it seems like they don't want to be taken care, like they don't want to take care of them. The consequences, man. I mean, what are the consequences for it?
It's a concern, Rudy. It's a concern, but like I said, you just got to go back to that's our only baby. Just drive around the city. Look at all the murals, for crying out loud. We draft somebody and we throw a mural up for them. She don't have no murals up out anywhere out here. Whatever. We don't care about her. We care about the Spurs. Spurs fans care about the Spurs. And yeah, you know what? I do understand what the people are saying who live around the Frost Bank Center, formerly AT&T Center, SBC Center, whatever, that area was supposed to be, you know, built up. I understand that they're frustrated. I understand they're mad. But, you know, Project Marvels has plans for that too. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I just like let it play out. You know what I mean? But my biggest thing is you don't try to put like a pause on something like this when everything is going. You know, the ball is rolling. Why try to stop it?
Well, I agree with that. You know, and Jeff brought up a good point. Why not renovate the crap out of the Frost Bank Center? I mean, this is what Project Marvel does. Project Marvel brings up downtown, moves the Spurs downtown. It moves your only professional team downtown. But it brings entertainment district. It's supposedly supposed to renovate the Alamo Dome and just make it that much better. But again, is that equivalent to making San Antonio that much better economic wise? We're talking, Leah's mentioned it, other people mentioned it. San Antonio is going to be $100 million in debt, and the debt just continues to rise. So at what point does city council say, look, we'll help, we'll do what we've got to do, but you've got to fit most of the bill? And when I say most, if it's $6 billion, Spurs and investors need to come with minimum half. Now, again, that's what I'm not saying that's what I want. I'm posing these questions to you out there and everybody else. Is that what city council wants? I mean, yeah, you want to take care of your baby, but eventually, Jacob, the baby grows up and moves out, and you can only do so much for your baby. So at what point did the city of San Antonio say, hold up, we need a better deal?
Now, I know I'm going to get a little bit of blowback on this, but you know what?
Oh, they're loving you. They're loving you right now, bro.
Those kind of numbers came out the other day, and they said we're supposed to get, what is it, 15 In 30 years, we're supposed to get 15, 16, 17, 18 billion dollars. You want to trade 18 for 6? I'll do it. You know what I mean? It's that. Why not?
Yeah,
I would take that in a heartbeat. So yeah, I don't know. I don't understand. Like when people bring that up and they've been like, oh, well, how much is if you want it to cost like 7, go ahead and do 7. As long as, what is the return of investment, is up there. I'll take it.
Return of investment should be good. It should be good.
Should be good.
I won't deny that. Should be good. But again, it goes back to, well, you've got the frost bank sitting there. What are you going to use it for? Rodeo? I mean, you're just going to dump a bunch of cows and shit in there come February? I mean, so what if it goes through, and what if the Spurs still play in Austin?
No.
I mean, again, I'm trying to paint the picture for everybody, because just because you build it doesn't mean they're going to change their ways. And that's a fair assessment for San Antonio. It's fair. It's a fair thing for them.
That is fair. And that's one of the things I would lay down. And I think it was, I can't remember who brought it up. That's not mine or whatever. But somebody brought it up the other day where they were just like, hey man, if we do this thing or whatever, I think it was a councilman. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, it was the councilman. I think there was.
Yeah, but I forget his name. It's not mine, but he was like, hey, if we do this thing or whatever, this and that, you're playing all your 41 games here or whatever. We don't want to see no games in Austin. Honestly, if people, to me, I understand like a little bit like what they were doing when they were in Austin. Not saying that I was a big fan of it from the beginning, but hey, I was all right with it. But yeah, if we go ahead and spend all this money and give Project Marble and do all this or whatever, this and that, I don't want to be living in an open relationship anymore with the city of Austin. You're staying here. You're staying here. No, you're kissing me and doing everything. We're kissing on the lips.
Joel Colon says teams should pay for the very least 75% of the arenas. They do have the money. And again, it's a fair statement. The Spurs have multiple billionaire investors. They have the money. They take all the risk and reward on the arena. That's what I look at. If you've got that much money in investors, why not pony it up yourself? You benefit from everything that comes with it. Because here's the thing too. Before we get into more of the comments, man, you're talking about, okay, no more games in Austin. The cost to go to a current game at the Frost Bank Center is ridiculous for a family of 3 to 4. So you mean to tell me you move it downtown, cost is going to stay the same? Hell no, dude.
Oh, it's going to go up.
You're going to price the people out that want to go to some games. I mean, thank God for Klarna and Afterpay and all that shit, because you can do that on Ticketmaster now. But I don't want to be making 4 payments of $100 and something, to go to a Spurs game. I have better things that I can do with that money. So does it come back to, okay, no more games in Austin? Ticket prices increase? Yeah, but not past a certain point. 500 tickets are $25. That's it. Only 500 tickets are going to be $25. That was what will come out, and that's per Jeff Garcia. Also, why not have, it has something to do with the streaming part. For those that want to watch Spurs games that can't make the game, I would love to make it easier for everybody to watch every single Spurs game, especially home games. It's a must, because Bally sucked. You're going to have to do this. You're going to have to do that. There's got to be a compromise, bro. There's got to be a compromise somewhere in there.
No, I understand what you're saying, especially when you talk about when the ticket prices are going to go up. And I completely understand it. I'm not saying that I would be there every single night over there at the new arena or whatever. But you know what, Rudy, the ticket prices for the Spurs games have always been expensive. They've always been expensive. It's the product. When the product was good, man, the arena was selling out. It's recently the ticket prices have, they've gone down a little bit because of the product. But now if they were to build this new arena, and if the product gets good once again, I'm not worried about them selling out, man. You get people from Austin, San Antonio, everybody, I fill it up. Now, yeah, I agree. It would probably knock out, like, like I said, somebody like me. Hey man, save up my money, maybe take out a loan, and we're just going to go to one game. But yeah, I'm not worried about that.
So I love the fact you brought up the product. Now, if you're a sports fan, not even a Spurs fan, if you're a sports fan, you're going to go through hell. You're going to be at the bottom of the barrel at some point in a team's career. They're going to be at the bottom of the barrel. They're going to be shit. And the Spurs have been relatively shit lately. Now, I get it. You got Victor Wembanyama, now Stephon Castle, De'Aaron Fox re-upped. You also got Dylan Harper and Carter Bryant coming in. The future looks super bright, man. But when these guys have, played their hearts out, and if they're making playoffs but not making title appearances, okay. If one day, and it has happened before, I'm not picking on you, but if one day Victor decides I don't want to be here, and you're still paying for the damn arena, what excuse can people use now? Well, we built you an arena and you're not winning. That's exactly what they were saying on the project. Well, why should we build a brand new arena if you haven't won anything in 6 years or whatever? Well, when they start losing again, it's like, well, wait a minute, why are we going to support a team that doesn't win? It's a never ending hamster wheel, dude. And that's the thing. That's why I am on board with fully funding by the team. It's their risk. It's their thing. I'm all for that. If you want 25, 30%, I'm for that. But again, if you want the city to pay for it, there's got to be some stuff coming back your way. There's got to be something.
I gotcha. I hear you. Yeah. And like I said, I'm open. I'm got like a little bit upset today when they were just like, hey, we're just going to pause everything. Like, now we could talk about it when we move along. You know what I mean?
I get that. Man, we got tons of comments, bro. Really, technically, the dome was supposed to be for basketball, multi-purpose, in this hand Spurs car. But yeah, they didn't want to be there. It was because it wasn't loud enough for them and the echoes and stuff. So again, Dome X. Frost Bank was good, but there was nothing around it. So they're like, F this, man. We need to get out of here. There's nothing around us here. So they decided to take off from that now. They want to. But what I'm saying is the burden shouldn't be all on taxpayers. I'm okay with compromising to 25% at the most. And that's kind of what I mentioned a while ago. San Antonio wants to compromise, man. They want to be able to compromise. The report was from the companies that invested in the Spurs. Leah says, which is why she asked for a second opinion. Also, that's another thing. If the city has money involved, the Spurs can't effing play a single game outside of San Antonio. That's a home game. That's taking revenue away from the city of San Antonio if you play your home game outside of San Antonio. That makes no sense. I completely understand that.
Yeah, I don't think it would happen.
Yeah, dummies think of Spurs leaving San Antonio, they'll go to Austin. They're out of Texas. Yeah, if they ever left, it would be out of Texas. There's no doubt about that. There's another thing to consider. What if the league cuts games on the season? It wouldn't even be less than 41 games. They have talked about shortening the NBA season. So what if that happens? You got more revenue loss. Games got to stay in Austin. Adam Detmore is in here saying that the Spurs need to play in Austin. I don't know, man. Out of San Antonio fans may not like that. Come on, Adam. Hell no. Rudy, you think maybe this should have been brought up when the San Antonio Spurs are back on top of the NBA? Would have been an easier sell during the Tim Duncan era to get a whole new arena and Project Marvel going then. It's a really hard sell right now, in my opinion, as you can tell. After round, they'll end up in Nashville, Vegas, Cincy, Pittsburgh, or even Seattle, SR 2001. That's what I'm saying, man. Other cities are looking at what's going on right now. The city should never let the Spurs move out of the Hemisphere Arena in the first place. I 100% agree with that. And then Adam Detmore says, yeah. So all in all, man, I mean, Project Marvel talk, it's going to be a very hot topic. And it comes down, dude, to literally what's the compromise? I mean, as a San Antonio Spurs fan, you are, as a citizen that you are, and I'm not anymore. What is the compromise? I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, the old heads that vote compared to the younger generation that doesn't really show up a lot of times, I'm having a hard time believing this actually passes. And I think the vote is what, November 4th? Is somewhere around there, if I'm not
Somewhere
mistaken.
around there. No, and that is a real concern too, because I remember what was it? Who was it? UTSA when this all started, and they did like what was it, like a poll or something like that, and they wanted to see like who was on board for Project Marvel, and the numbers weren't as good as everybody thought that they would be.
Yeah.
And I remember it was funny because when that came out, when that happened, I was actually in the office, and when I knew that there was, and I've told this story before, and when I knew that the people were on break and stuff like that, I decided to go ahead and walk around, and I was stopping and talking with everybody about it because I couldn't believe it. But I was shocked to find out that it was like 50-50, like 50% of the people, they weren't on board. They were like, no, the hell with the Spurs. And I think I had even mentioned that somebody had even said they were like, and if they don't like it, so like, I remember specifically one person even said when they like kind of like gave like their reasons or their argument, and this was a sports fan and whatever. He was like, he finished his like statement with like, and if they don't like it, he was like, they can move on up to Austin if they want to or wherever they want. And I was like, wow. And I was
that
like,
was the councilman. That was
you know what I mean? Yeah. So like, that concern is real. And I think you do see what is it? No on Project Marvel yard signs starting to pop up or around the city. So it is going to be interesting, man, as this thing gets closer to what is it now? Like vote. What are we going to call it? What are we going to call this day? We had to come up with a name or something. Marvel
Day.
We
in there. Can't throw we because I have nothing to vote on
right,
there, man. Austin Games bring more investors to San Antonio. That's a flex for the Spurs. Good point. I like this question that Adam posted. Do you think the Spurs will up their offer before November 4th? So they're offering what? Just a tad over $1 billion. So 1.06 billion, I think, was what they came in at. Do you think come November in that time frame, they're going to say, you know what, we'll put up 2.5? I mean,
I don't know if they would do all that, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do something because they already say that, hey, if it goes over, we're going to go ahead and cover that cost as well. So,
and I'm going to tell you this right now. This is one thing that a lot of people don't understand. And I know Leon knows a lot about this too.
He does.
The construction part. I'm not shitting on anybody. Construction part. You know damn well Holt is going to be the machine of choice during all the construction. So the owner of the Spurs technically double dipping, I guess, getting it paid for, but getting it back. I mean, as a person outside of the city limits, I'm thinking it's kind of bad. It's kind of bad a little bit there. I mean, that's the way I look at that part, but there's other stuff happening. Okay, well, you've got that, you've got Michael Dell probably going to do all the, the computer stuff and all the tech is going to be through Dell, who, if I'm not mistaken, Jacob, he's an investor with San Antonio Spurs. Yes. So all the stuff being used is going to come twofold. It's going to come right back to them. So can you now see why some people in San Antonio are not hyped for Project Marvel? Because the rich just don't get richer. The rich get fucking bonus richer. Mm-hmm. That's what it is.
Now we're gonna put Dell in charge of the Jumbotron. He's gonna be in charge of putting together the new Jumbotron. It's gonna be the best Jumbotron ever. It's not even gonna have anything. It's gonna be like floating or something like that. Like there's not even anything hanging down. It's like I like saying on Grading the Market, whatever. We don't ask for much. Yeah, we don't ask for much. Just a floating Jumbotron, or we're only going to want the best. No, but I agree with you 100%. Yeah, it does kind of look it is going to be maybe a little bit of a bad image, if you see Holt, whatever, everything is going to be Dell. But those are the investors. Coming like, come on, man. If you were a part owner, you're telling me you wouldn't want to be jumping in on that at some point.
Oh, knowing that I'd get double the pay, hell yeah, man. I mean, why not? It's smart business. It's smart business. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being smart businessman. Michael Dell sold 1.5 billion in stocks a couple months back. Interesting, ain't it? At Adam Detmore played this at laughing my ass off. They can't even fix the area in front of the Alamo. There's a lot more other projects they got to do. Y'all ain't ready for that construction chaos. I'm telling you, Leha knows, man. You think the Holts are pissed right now? This isn't going well to start. And I think they're a little pissed off, but honestly, it's like I said. They went in thinking, okay, this is an easy sell. We're the Spurs. We brought titles. We're competitive. We've got a great young core. We are the only game and only ticket in town, professional wise, in San Antonio. There should be no reason why this fails. Hold my beer, City Council says. Hold my beer. And not only that, the older generation is like, hold up. You've taken so much money from us already. What do we get? And I think that's the part that is going to screw a lot of this up is my generation and older. Our generation, you're same age as me, Robert. Our generation and older, we don't see it as a benefit to do what we've got to do to make this happen. Because we've been dicked around for the Alamo Dome. The East Side got dicked around with the Frost Bank Center. At what point is it enough's enough, man? That's the biggest question, I think. That's the point right there. Go ahead. You got something?
Yeah, but it is going to be interesting because it kind of looks like here in the city of San Antonio that the line has been drawn. You're either for or against, and you know what I mean? And we're going to see. We're going to have to let it play out. We're just going to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, Leah brought a good one. And they are only promising 30% guaranteed constructions to local companies. I mean, there's a lot of, stuff in there, man, that people are missing. I heard they're already competing for the new Jumbo Godzillatron. Haven't seen that. I think Holt's got the council played. Great show, by the way, sharing this. Appreciate you, Adam, for sharing it. It is Sweep the League. Be sure to go to our YouTube page, search Sweep the League TV, hit that subscribe button. Jacob Eric is a host along with Anthony. They do Great in the Market on the weekends. They did 2 great shows this past weekend. Sith, man, Elias, he has Played the Sith. He does a great show on Tuesday nights. You can catch it on PT. Played the Sith TV. 25, I believe, on YouTube. We'll share that here in a little bit, but you can also catch it on Sweep the League Network. It does get replayed on Sweep the League Network, so you won't miss it there. That's another phenomenal show. We got a lot more stuff coming up here. So appreciate you, Adam, 100%. The Holt's pissed. That's their own fault, giving a shitty-ass product for 6 years. And now asking for all the money sounds like the Cowboys. Well, we won 5. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you got the product, and you're kind of banking on these new team being that team to go into the future. You think NBA will get involved? And that's the thing. I think the NBA does get involved. I don't think the Spurs relocate anywhere because the NBA is about expanding, getting 2 more brand new teams. Why? It's more revenue, man. It's more shares. There's more money in adding teams rather than having a team relocate somewhere. Not safe for work. Rudy is fired up. Yeah, I am. I'm sorry. Hey, don't expect me to get a suite in the new Spurs arena. I couldn't even afford a drink in the new Spurs arena, man. I'm so damn poor, dude.
Yeah, I'm over there parking at the Bill Millers or whatever when they were playing at the Alamo Dome and stuff like that.
If you look at the Project Marvel thing, they don't show the Bill Millers on there. So I wonder if it goes away. Or they get rid of Bill Millers.
I just hope that there's like a Texas Live thing type of deal.
That's what they are talking about, man. They are talking about Spurs admins. Take a page from Robert Kraft's book. Him and his company fully funded Gillette Stadium. It can be done. Steve Ballmer, he funded the whole thing for the Clippers arena. I mean, it just makes sense, dude. Put up pinche Cowboys and Spurs. Leja's back in here. The Spurs go bring Giannis, and I will be effing out the door to make sure people sell. Yeah, see, it's about the product, man. So all in all, before we go here, last thing on Project Marvel, do you think it gets done? Just flat out, do you think it gets done?
I do. I think it's going to be tight. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where, at the end of the day, I think everything's going to be okay. It's going to get done. But like, if the vote comes back, like, no, I think it'll still get done type of deal. Like they would find a way, you know what I mean? I that's just in my opinion. Could be wrong.
Yeah.
we got to wait to see.
Really think it gets done. And we had a video from Don Harris, but we're out of time. So be sure to check out Don Harris's interview with former Mayor Ron Nirenberg and Henry Cisneros. They both are basically saying that a deal needs to get done. And when you see the concern on both of their faces, it's real, man. It's real. I don't think the Spurs leave, but I think you kind of put that in question. Like, oh, okay, we had this many problems with you this time. We may start looking in other places just in case. So I don't think it's bad as the Michael Parsons situation, but that's a whole nother show, man. That's a whole nother show. Sith is probably pissed off. Michael Parsons is going to be traded, is what I'm saying. Should have listened to me a year ago, brother. I said he was going to be traded a year ago or about this time. So I don't know, man. But nonetheless, dude, I know everybody joined us in here. So that was Project Marvel Talk. I'm going to give an update on Sweep the League Network here. So with Jacob Eric here, also with Sith as well, because Sith is listening. Both of these guys do a tremendous job grading the market, play the Sith. Also, Anthony, he took the reins this past weekend, and he did a phenomenal job on grading the market. So the network is growing. We are actually in the process of adding a Monday night show for you guys, since I won't be available on Monday nights. Southern Fried Sports, that JD Wyatt's going to be coming up on Sweep the League as well here pretty soon. So we got a lot of great stuff. So on the network side, I've got stuff, and a few of you guys know it out there that I communicate with. I've got stuff going on behind the scenes, and I'll just say this. It's a reason why I don't go on Twitter and fight people on Twitter. It's a reason why, I get called out on stuff a lot of times. There's a reason why I don't clap back, or I don't make those phone calls to people or anything like that, because I have to really be mellow, really be cool and stuff. So I've got a lot of stuff on the back end here. I'm going to take breaks here and there from Sweep the League. But don't worry, Jacob Eric, Sith, they're going to be taking the mantle for a lot of Sweep the League shows. They're going to get you guys, your network just is going to continue to grow and grow and grow. But these guys are going to take the mantle for Sweep the League. And I'm sure Coach Joe will be joining them from time to time, as well as he's got his stuff going on too. But for me personally, that's the update I'm giving you guys. I've got to take care of stuff on the back end for me, as well as for me. And then also for health wise, man, shit, I've got some stuff going on too that I've got to deal with. So let me take care of all this. I'll be back from time to time. I'm going to pop in from Sweep the League from time to time, get you guys covered and everything like that. But these guys are doing a fantastic job. Jacob's been with me for a while. Elias is doing an amazing job. These guys, and he just put it, man. He said it right here. So Sweep the League featuring Jacob and Elias. That's going to be a fun show because these guys are crazy together. Love having them here. The two best hosts on this network. They're going to be doing a fantastic job. And he says he has a lot to say about the Cowboys. Your Chargers got a Delta blow today, man. And I'm sorry about that.
Rashawn Slater.
Yeah, Rashawn Slater out for the season, I believe, is what they're talking about. So he just signed that 4-year deal, man. Golly, that was crazy happenings.
Yeah, my dog died when I was 7 years old. I guess we could talk about that next and stuff like that.
Man, it's tough to say. Leha, man, can I jump on? Am I on the show? Leha is 100%, no, 1,000,000%, infinite percent allowed on Sweep the League Network. And not because he's a sponsor of the network, but because he is a family member here at Sweep the League Network. And Leha has always had an open invitation, as does everybody out there, man. These guys, you want to come on Sweep the League, you want to talk to these guys that they do a fantastic job, you can contact them and they'll work out something. Sweep the League is literally the only show for the people, by the people, and we mean it 100% of the time. It's the first show like that. It's the only show like that, for the people, by the people. Jacob, Rudy, can we get Leha on? Yeah, I mean, I just said good.
Yeah, Chris already, he knows that he has the keys to the clubhouse over at Great in the Market. And I think there was, and I really, really liked it. There was like one show where, where he came on, and if you look, he's like, he jumped on and he's like, oh, I'm just going to be here doing card stuff. And I was like, all right. So like Myself and Anthony, we're going back and forth, going back and forth. It was an amazing show and an amazing episode because if you look, you can see Chris and he's actually just doing card stuff over there in the, you know what I mean? And it was cool. It was like we're hanging out in the clubhouse. It was just like, yeah, man, if y'all ever want to come hang out, don't worry about it.
Yeah, Leja's got an open invite. And Joel, it's a serious question, and I got an answer for it today, actually. Is there any chance y'all can get Iceman to do a cameo or something so that his intro drop can get refreshed? August 23rd is the meeting, and it's a meeting with me and all the producers. Everything's getting refreshed. Everything's getting refreshed, revitalized. It's changing after that meeting. So once we have the meeting on August 23rd, it's going to be myself, the producers. I'm going to get Jacob, Eric, Sith is going to be a part of it. Everybody's going to be a part of this. Once we have that meeting, everything gets refreshed. Iceman cameo. You're probably going to get more than Iceman cameo. You may actually get an Iceman appearance on Sweep the League and maybe some of these other shows as well. So we get a lot more stuff coming up. So just be patient with us on that. We're kind of getting out of the old and into the new type of stuff. So I appreciate that. Jacob, let's get to cooking, brother. Man, Sith is ready, dude. Sith is ready. But that's the update. So I'm going to be taking time away from time to time. I will pop in from time to time with these guys, but these guys are going to take care of the network. And we'll keep you guys posted on everything, man. I appreciate all the support for Grading the Market, for Play the Sith, for Sweep the League Network. Be sure to go to YouTube, search Sweep the League TV, hit that subscribe button so you get all the great content that we've had already and the great content that's going to be coming to you guys very, very soon. So for Jacob, Eric, for the Sith man, the Dark Lord Sith on Play the Sith, for Anthony, for Leja, who's got the keys to the mansion, for Derek Irvin, Coach Gio, for everybody associated with Sweep the League Network, it's Rudy Campos Jr. Until we sweep the league again, we'll see you later, knuckleheads.